Okay, that's everything. Hello, 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 hello. Hey, I actually am sounding a little better. Well, I'm sure that won't last. Just me tonight, and I am planning to do some more Eternal. Forge slash drafting slash whatever catches my fancy. Going to start things off by finishing off a gauntlet I've been doing. I have been playing a deck based around Warcry in Justice and Fire, with a lot of some burn, just good early drops, things like that. So I've been tweaking this and seeing how this works. Yeah, if you want to jump on in, Mightydicktron, that sounds good to me. Let me do this.
See, you have discovered the wonders of Gruul.
Yes, playing Gruul. Yeah, it's powerful. I knew this was powerful, but
Yeah.
I've just been testing exactly how powerful it is.
I have been building directly to this, to a Gruul deck.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
There are some cards in it which are kind of gross. It's
Uh,
great.
oh. We are on the. We are off color this game, but we have some powerful stuff in our side. Most of. Ooh, sweet, the Valkyrie.
Off color, but at least you have 3 plays.
Right. Well, like, I can play the Silverwing Familiar. Oh, now I'm not off color anymore. But yeah, so my plan tonight is to finish this up and then go ahead and do some forge slash draft action.
I still have yet to do a draft proper.
They're fun. Yeah.
I'm sure. I have watched you do one, so
Yeah. Alright. So you're building towards something similar to this, or like the same colors, like the
it's pretty much the same thing. I'm specifically heading towards a sort of. It's an extremely Warcry heavy deck. The top's out at 5,
okay.
mostly just based around a specific a couple of 2 drops.
I'm here for the crushing. Yes. So Hero of the People is one of the very few cards you can silence and have it lose its stats.
Yeah, because it specifically gets +1/+1 from every one of those keywords that it has.
Right.
Basically, if it refers to +1/+1 in the stat box as a condition, then it will lose it, but there's very few that actually do that. Stuff like the +1/+1 on Empower, that's not really a condition, that's just a thing that needs to be met, and then it has it
Yes.
forever.
Yes.
So you can't silence away that +1/+1, but that is like a state-based thing, so if you get rid of that state, then it can, we can get rid of it. The rules are consistent eternally, they're just weird and you have to get used to them.
Yeah. Anyway, the idea here is putting my opponent to the sword. The lifelink flying thing that they have here is keeping them alive, but not for long enough.
Oh yeah.
Which is going to lead us into oh well, no, they're gonna live on this turn, go to 1. All right. I was gonna say that it was over there, but no, they have more tricks. I like this card, by the way, the like Flying Life Steel Endurance. It's just enough to matter.
Yeah.
Okay. That should just have him dead. Okay. So yeah, I'm happy I won that because I wanted to show off one of the boss fight, gauntlet
Oh, one of the
fights.
boss fight things in the gauntlet? Yeah.
Yeah. I did one earlier. I'm up to, I want to say diamond in here? Is that a...
Yeah, it goes, I think, bronze, silver, gold, diamond, then master.
Okay.
I'm on master, where pretty much the AI is good enough where you can still pretty consistently win every time so long as you're not drawing like garbage.
Okay. I'm trying to beat a opponent who is on 50 using the power of something I don't recognize. So let's see if it gives me my little... When you attack the opponent with exactly one oh, okay.
It's exalted.
It's exalted. Oh, I've played against this opponent. They're gonna play like 16 Wrath of Gods. Like, give or take. Maybe more, maybe less, maybe more, probably more.
The thing, though, is that you are playing Gruul, which means it will probably destroy them before they can get off more than one.
Yes, that is the idea. Also, not caring about my, like, actual text thing, because,
That 2-drop right there, the 2/2 with Aegis, is actually one of the most important parts of the Gruul.
that was one I crafted recently because I saw Warcry Aegis and thought, oh, that's unkillable.
Yep, that's it. It's unkillable. It'll always work, and especially because you just keep on putting on buffs on it, and they can't get rid of them because it can block one.
Yep. So I'm not going to attack with just one of these for the pump because that will mean I lose my Warcry pump, which happens in the future. So I'm definitely gonna keep just putting pressure on, and if we get the chance to use the Paladin Oath book, we'll use it. But impending doom. All right. Can't actually do anything about that card right now.
You could turn it into just a 5/5 on the ground if you so chose.
No, I actually cannot.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay, you don't
Yeah.
have double green yet.
Yeah.
Fair point.
Yeah, again, like, I thought, like, oh, you know, I could play the Gilded Glaive and attack, but no, that's not a legal option. Once I draw my 6th land, I can turn on my Pyro Knight, though, and start attacking with that, so... Oh, dear. Here's one of the Wraths. Marshall Ironthorn. So, for this point on, all lands they play are double lands?
And you play 15 to Wrath. Oof.
Yes. Opponent's Wrath, not, like...
Yeah, it's Wrath their board, which is one-sided. It's very strong.
Yes. So yeah, they get... The double landfall on it is already very powerful.
So how many of these final bosses have you seen in the Gauntlet so far?
This is like the 6th one I've seen? Oh dear.
Right.
This is the first repeat. This was the first boss I ever fought.
Right.
Okay, well finally, there we go on drawing into, the green source. A little late to the party, though. Yeah, let's...
Which of them have you found like to be the hardest so far, do you think?
Um...
Because I know my answer to this. It's easy.
Let's see. I've fought... You all have double landfall. Or, like, I'm sorry, you can play 2 lands a turn, which that one was, like, simple, I felt.
Right.
There was, whenever you cast it was a tavern brawl. Whenever you cast a spell, This thing does not have the line of text that I would expect it to. I do not believe I'm winning this game.
Doesn't seem likely.
No. Let's see. Yeah, there's the one that's a tavern brawl. Whenever you play a spell, you get a minion of that cost. That one sucked because my deck was completely not made for it. My opponent's deck is obviously made for it.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's gonna be game here. Yeah, this is a gauntlet boss.
The one
what's
that
the one
I have, the one that I have most trouble with, period, is both players start with +3.
Just start with +3?
Yep. That
Oh,
one's
dear.
really, really hard for my deck to deal with because it's kind of it's low end and really dependent on influence, as opposed to theirs, which isn't. It's the opposite of that on both sides.
Oh dear. Alright, so let's jump on into the Forge. That was just the preamble, so...
I've only beaten that one once.
I've never seen that one, so I can't, Each player starts with 5 of each influence. See, some of those feel like they're like, you need to be, like, prepped for this, or else you just aren't winning, and it's very...
And the problem is that it's impossible to prep for them because you don't know what you're fighting until you
Right.
choose it.
Right here, I'm looking at first pick between Suffocate and Burnout.
Suffocate is what I
Yeah.
would choose here.
Burnout's no slouch, though. That can go to the dome.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. It's plenty good.
But yeah, nah.
And it's also, if you want to try and get cards in the deck that you're trying to make, you kind of want to pick the colors you're playing because you get to keep them. But
Shrug. Those are the 2 colors I want to pair with, but I'm going to pick Amethyst Acolyte over the Hellfire Rifle and the
Arachnodon? Yeah.
In terms of gold, how hard is it to get 2,500 coins? Well,
Extremely easy.
yeah, the gauntlet thing I just did got me about 500. And, like, playing in so a tiny chest is, like, what, 50 gold?
It's like 45 to 60. So like 50.
Let's say 50 gold. A medium chest is 250 gold. And then, like, a big chest is, like, 500, I think.
And then there's an even bigger chest, which is 2,000.
But if you're playing ranked and you're just playing, like, for fun, like, on the, constructed, against other players... Every win is a bronze chest, and every third win is a silver chest. So every win is 50 gold, and every third win is 250 gold.
And I think if you just play for like 5 rounds, even if you're not winning, you still get like 300 or 300 gold flat.
I really like Vara's favor. There's also the gauntlet rewards, which are pretty... And then the quest rewards, which are like usually double silver chests, so 500.
Yeah. Gauntlet rewards, also, if you do the gauntlet the first 5 times you beat it, it's super worth it, because you get 2 packs each, and all that for that, every time. And then once you master out, you still get 3 silver chests every time you beat it. And then quests also give you a ton, because they're usually giving you a gold chest.
Alright, I think this is finally the point where I'm going to pick a second color. I'm going to pick Magma Javelin over Venom Fang Dagger, which will push us into red.
I am not fond at all of Magma Javelin.
I like it as a removal. For me, the actual reason I'm picking it here is because I want to pick my color on my terms here, and this seems like a card that I'm happy enough with.
Sure, that's fine.
Because now we start getting our dual-colored things. Crowd favorite. Choose a weapon with 3 cost or less from your deck and play it, which I do have a Blackguard sidearm to grab. But then there's Flying Quick Draw. I don't know, Evasion. So, that's clearly my pick.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure how strong Hand Disruption is in this game, so I don't think the Treachery was
Yeah, especially not against like the AI.
Yeah.
I don't think that's real. Do I just want a 5/3 overwhelm versus like I don't know if I actually care enough for ruin
I wouldn't.
and
I don't know why people would play that, honestly.
I like rather than ruin, I like the like there's a 4/3 that does that,
Mm.
which is a lot like more reliable. Like it's
Getting that effect attached to a body at any speed, especially when bodies get benefit from stuff like Warcry, is so much better.
right.
On the other hand, Heavy Axe is kind of wimpy.
Yeah, I mean it gets a job done if I throw it on something evasive, but
Sure.
we gotta have those sorts of things. Maybe that's fine. Maybe I don't actually care too much for this overwhelmer. Let's pick the axe. Let's do axes. Oh, here we go. Here's a card I like. Two cards I like actually. The Xenon Destroyer, which is Lifesteal Reckless, which gets better when we have things like Suffocate, Heavy Axe, Blackguard Sidearm, Magma Javelin. Actually, every card in our deck so far works well with it. And then Obsidian Armor, which would also work well with it. A 2/2.
I really like Obsidian Golem. That's
Yeah.
if it was a different color, if it was not red purple, I would probably be playing it in my red green deck.
Yeah, it's very good. So I'm gonna pick that over the Xenon Destroyer because of how powerful this is, even with the Destroyer. Ooh, Centaur Raid Leader, which is the charge, and the top unit of your deck gets charged. We have Theft. Theft is pretty good. Yes, Magma Javelin is a relic, but when I say good with the 3/3, I meant that it could like kill a 2/2, and then the 3/3 is forced to attack.
Hmm.
Do we care about theft? How much sack outlets do we have? Yeah.
Like none?
Yeah. We're in the color of them.
Yeah. Centaur Raid Leader is solid for what it's worth, but you kind of want to have the. It's most solid in a deck that, is also Warcry.
I think it's still fine, though, no matter what it's handing off. Secret Charge is pretty good.
For sure.
I'm gonna
I
go
was thinking that the Madness, the Theft is definitely not like a bad choice either.
Ooh, Oni Ronin.
Oh, hell yeah.
Versus,
My best boy.
versus Direfang Spider and Magma Javelin. I still think I'm all on the Oni Ronin here. I've been playing this card in Constructed, and this card rules, though. Direfang Spider's no slouch, kills anything on the ground.
I'm pretty sure Oni Ronin is a 4 of in literally every deck that plays any kind of red.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's probably the single best 1-drop in this game, from what I can tell, from what people think of it.
I don't have enough information to make that argument.
Yeah, that's
Like,
fair.
I still don't even know all the cards in the game, so I don't even know what other cards I'm arguing against,
Yeah, Guerrilla Fighter is fine. It lets you get in that one turn and
Yeah.
then forth.
I think I'm going to go with the Rebel Sharpshooter against Blood Beetle and Cobble the Brute,
Yeah.
Centaur Outrider. Blood Beetle's fine. Blood Beetle might be better now, actually, because we have, like, Heavy Axe, Obsidian Golem, Blackguard Sidearm, though. If I can get through, it's really good.
Both of those benefit from getting bigger.
Yep.
Which do you think benefits in getting bigger more?
You say that the Sharpshooter actually looks a lot better with, like, Heavy Axe.
Yeah,
It's
so I would say the Sharpshooter.
It becomes the Abyss.
Mhm.
Ooh, Heavy Axe, Caleb's Favor, and the Ranger, the 2/2 that infiltrates for +2/+2. Which, I think that card works well if you can just sneak it in.
Yeah. It comes down early enough that it might just infiltrate based on that fact alone.
Right. I'm actually willing to pick Vampire Bat in the deck we have going because of the Obsidian Golem and things like that. Scheme's
Yeah.
alright.
Of these three, the Vampire Bat is the one I would take
Yeah.
flat, pretty sure.
I think Scheme's the one I'm looking at, but we have a deck that's pretty weapon-based. And, ooh, speaking of which, we found our Xenon Destroyer, which I want to have one copy of this. I don't know how good Hellfire Rifle is. I don't think it's any good.
It's
I
not.
think it costs 6 mana for +3/+3, but
Yeah, and that deal 3 damage to the enemy player is okay, I guess. Hellfire Rifle, I'm pretty sure, is like the single most common card in this entire game from how it shows up in
Ooh, Rakano Outlaw, hell yeah. Talk about a card that
Rakano.
gets good with the heavy axe. It's Warcry Quick Draw on a 2-mana 2/2.
Oh yeah. Since I don't have enough of those 2/2 Warcry Aegises, I actually have 2 of those in my deck as well. The Outlaws.
Honestly, I think like 4 of each is probably fine because, like,
That would be the case if there was not already a better 2-drop in the red-green color combo than the Outlaw.
which one?
It's red-green on double red. It gets +2 power and quick draw on top.
Oh yeah, the rare. Yeah.
It's a rare, but I made sure to grab 4 of those as soon as I possibly could because it seems like the card that makes that deck work most of all.
Wondering if we care about having a stranger around.
It lets it fix, but that's basically it.
Right. I'm looking at that versus Ravenous Thornbeast, which gets huge. We have a couple things I'd be willing to throw away to it. I think
Both of those are fine for your curve, even. It doesn't really. Probably the Thorn Beast, and if we possibly can pick up like the Wisp that draws a card when it dies.
Or even the 1/1 that makes a second 1/1 to go with it.
Yeah, or hell, even if you really have to at the very end, like Obsidian Golem actually works fine with it too.
Yeah. Ooh,
Stuff like that.
I see Plague. So Plague, I didn't know this card existed until yesterday.
Yeah, that's
Or,
permanent, by the way.
today. Yeah. But Piercing Shot's also good, but nowhere near as good as Plague.
Yeah, Piercing Shot is a good card. Plague is a nuts card sometimes.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about Plague in particular is that this game is full of things with 1 toughness. Holy crap.
Yeah, they're all over the place. I'm thinking Rapid Shot works well in the deck.
It does.
I'm looking at how well that dagger functions.
That dagger kills anything. It kills literally anything. Period. But
Well, no, it's not a relic weapon.
oh, I thought it was.
No, my goodness, if that was a relic weapon, this would not be a discussion.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Relic. The dagger is still probably fine.
Yeah. I like having one trick. I don't think we have anything like that. Rapid Shot's a really good, like, oh, by the way, like, we don't lose this fight.
Man, can you imagine if that was a relic weapon though? That'd be so
Right.
good. That'd be a good ass card.
Ooh, another Suffocate? Yeah. Yeah.
Suffocate kills a lot of things.
Yeah. Especially, I think Crowd Favorite's cool, but overcosted, and Granite Monument is also...
Is the worst. It's the worst monument, I'm pretty sure.
Right, but the worst monument is still a monument. Like,
Yeah.
it's like being the worst of the creature lands from Urza's, you know? Like, okay, I'm Forbidden Watchtower, but I'm still pretty good.
For sure, but it's not gonna be as good as I'm pretty sure.
Right. Recogulator is a creature we could have that would work well with Ravenous Thornbeast, or I could just pick another Ravenous Thornbeast.
How good is Recogulator on its face compared to the average? My problem with it is it's a 2/2 that becomes 2 1/1s, sure, but it's like making you work for 4 mana
Yeah.
for 4 power and toughness versus the Thorn Beast, which on its face at least is 3 mana, 3 power and toughness.
I'm gonna go with that. Some discard again, another dagger, and then Alchemical Blast.
Hoo-hoo, now you got a patented, bad Hearthstone pick.
Yep.
They were forced to take.
I don't think Sabotage is good enough to play, especially not in like a limited type format.
Not in a limited type format versus AI.
Yeah.
The dagger's probably the best card in here.
Yeah, I think especially like we have Rebel Sharpshooter, you throw it on that, we have Quick Draw Deadly, and that's a good combo.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Execute. Hell yeah. Execute versus Dark Wisp is the actual question, but Execute's just like premium removal,
It's Assassinate with a shock attached to it.
which is still premium removal. So
Yeah. That's probably better than Dark Wisp. Dark Wisp
Yeah.
is a good card.
Well, especially because we have 2 Ravenous Thornbeasts.
Yeah, and also just kind of in general, because you can just throw that in there, and if it dies, it's okay. Well, here we go.
I'm I'm thinking, oh man, do I want a second magma javelin? Am I okay with that? I'm probably okay with that, even over alchemical blast
Yeah, probably 3 mana shock.
versus 4 mana, 4 damage. It's like a kind of more of a char because you take some damage back.
Uh,
I'd rather have javelin. I'm going with that. Ooh, and
sure.
we got a rare on our last pick. The hell's this cursed relic? At the end of each turn, deal 1 damage to the cursed player for each card they drew or discarded. Okay. 7/7 flying overwhelm. Yep. Uh-huh. And
Sounds good.
a 0/5 relic weapon that has +1 attack for each of your units in the void.
That depends on us putting things in there on
Right.
purpose, pretty much, versus 7/7
Some
flying over.
This is literally a 7/7 flyer,
Yeah,
This is
7/7 flying trampler.
which we can hand off like overwhelm is trample. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, the dragon is.
Let's pick up the dragon. All right. Here we go. Running on in. So in the forge, you get a chest, and then it gets upgraded twice. Then you get a second chest, and it gets upgraded twice, and then you're good. 2 lands of 1 color and no spells I could possibly cast.
Well, that sounds like a mulligan to me.
Yep. Technically, I could cast that dagger on nothing, but...
You can cast that dagger on your opponent's thing.
Oh, sweet. Basically the same hand, but with colors. Alright.
Having colors is better than having no colors.
Well, the big thing here is, like, we have Rebel Sharpshooter plus the dagger combo,
Yeah.
which is, like, a reasonable attacker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a token in this game. Like, in the sense of, like, a card that isn't real or is fake.
Anything that summons multiple things, when they die, they go into your graveyard. If you so chose, you could pick them back up if you wanted to.
Well, my opponent played a land and then played a landfall creature, or played a power source and then played a empower creature, which does something when you play power. So that's a good combo.
Hmm.
Alright, a 3/3 should reasonably keep us, like, in this game.
Yeah, they didn't play any of the aggressive empower stuff. It's all just the defense.
Yeah. And heck, they even have the thing that gives their power cards echo, so... Would like to draw a 4th... There we go. Because I actually want to Magma Javelin off the, this 3...
The echo card one.
No, the big thing.
No. Oh, well, I didn't see the big thing come in yet, so...
Yep. Yeah, I've noticed the AI is not the greatest at sequencing. Oh, dear.
It gets better on the higher difficulties of that, for what it's worth. I see on Master in the Gauntlet, they generally don't make sequences.
Alright, my plan here is to have this 2/2 Death Touch deadly creature block the 6/5 if possible. I am also going to actually kill that thing that is giving them double power. A little too good. See, now we're in a little bit of a hole, but this hole will empty soon because we have so many, so much flying top end right now. So we get to play out our Horse Snatcher bats. Take a look at these bats. Those bats.
Those are some big bats.
They're stealing the tiny horse. What's in stealing the tiny horse?
It's like the D&D 3.5 Tarask art, which just has a horse. It's just holding it. It's having fun.
We're having a good time.
If you wanted to manipulate the AI at all, you could probably just attack in and it'll probably block with the 6/5. And you could just quick rapid shock to kill.
You're completely right. Like 100%.
But that's unfair for the game, right?
Yeah. I think I might have to do that now that they've killed my deadly attachment. Yeah.
Oh my.
They fell for the obvious trick.
The AI almost always falls for the obvious trick.
I don't think in that sort of same sense of like getting the AI to fall for the obvious trick.
Because you're used to playing against other players who would not fall for that.
Right.
They would block with like the 2-3 and the 1-2.
Right. So our opponent's going to go to 1 because they gain 1 life from their play here, but that's fine. Our opponent can go to 1. The obvious trick. All right. Believe in the obvious trick.
Sometimes it works.
What do you mean you have a pump spell up?
I can't understand. You attacked with this 3-3, but it's just gonna die when I block it.
I'm at 35. I should probably block this. Yeah. Again, yeah, people are saying, like, on the higher difficulties, it likely won't fall for that, so...
It won't fall for it as often. It will fall for it if it's at, like, half health.
Okay.
Yeah, they do prioritize their health better on higher AI difficulties.
Hey, we're off a color again.
Nice.
We have plays this time. Like, I could keep the hand, but we're off a color. We have the redraw for a reason, so...
Mm-hmm.
This time around, I might actually get in with the Lethrai Ranger.
Oh, that'd be nice. I think you're always given at least 1 seat, I think, in Forge, right? So you can sometimes play it.
I think you're just given a playset. Okay, our opponent's like flying the deck. Ooh, we have multiple suffocates. Yeah, alright. That'll do good.
Just destroy their turn.
Right. Well, now we have a 4/4.
Oh, there was another gauntlet and boss, which was infiltrate and work any number of times.
Oh, God.
Yeah. That one... The funny thing is, though, is that because infiltrate creatures are all bad on their face, pretty much, it's actually not that hard.
You just kill them before they go off.
Yeah. Especially if even if you're playing an aggressive deck, you can just... You're playing lots of creatures, and you can basically counteract infiltrate as it is.
Well, we got a really good-looking plague here.
Will Plague hit through Aegis? I don't
believe so, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It gives us our attacks regardless because of quick draw.
Yeah.
I want the Warcry to go off, which is why I made the plague there. Completely fine with burning the Aegis on that. I was more interested in getting in the attack with the quick draw.
Yeah. I was just, I hadn't actually done anything that targeted, like, all enemies at any point in this, so I didn't know if this used, like, Hearthstone's weird targeting rule.
I have
Not Hearthstone's, Magic Stone.
I was gonna say, if they have Aegis, Wrath fails.
Thought so. I think so now, after...
Yeah.
Which, that makes a lot of sense as to why aggro decks using creatures with Aegis matters a lot.
Yes.
Aside from making them super removal resistant.
So our opponent can live still.
Yeah, but you're dropping the dragon.
Yeah, I'm dropping the dragon. Ooh! I could just drop a 7/7 charge instead.
Yeah, that'll kill him, so it's probably a better choice.
Well, that'll force a bad block.
Oh, yeah, endurance.
Yes. Yeah, well, Aegis See, Aegis is what every new player thinks protection works like.
Yeah, it actually does make sense. It protects from one effect of literally any negative thing that could happen to it.
Yeah.
Anything. It doesn't matter. Like, it can't be silenced because it'll block the silence. It can't be hit with a removal spell because it'll just block the spell. This works regardless of your, like, how targeting works. It just does it. It makes sense. Like, of course, it's a negative effect. It's not going to work on it. It's ageist.
Right. Oh, a no-lander.
Well, that happens sometimes.
Yep, again, this is what the mulligan is for. Our mulligan is much slower, though.
Endurance is vigilance, but slightly better because it can't be tapped, period, by enemy effects. You can actually exhaust them yourself if you have to.
Warcry is when this card attacks, the top unit or weapon of your deck gets +1/+1 permanently.
This is very powerful.
By the way, I'm very scared of our opponent because they are rebel forces.
Yeah. There's 2 AI red-green decks, I think. One else, and then there's one that's red-green, I think, yellow.
Yeah. So, I'm actually going to exhaust... Let's see, I should be able to do this.
If you try to exhaust it should break through the Aegis, yeah, and then when you Plague later, it will hit that too.
Yes, that's the idea. So, even though that card was, like, exhausted, it didn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna block.
They're eventually going to make a creature in this game which has the illusion, once it gets targeted, it dies but has Aegis. Just to confuse people more.
My opponent murdered my weapon. Alright.
That is the one best thing that Ruin can do, is that it can relic weapons like that.
Yeah, destroy an attachment. Anyway, however, we've been drawing a lot of sigils, so we are just going to play our large flyers.
Big bat. Big bat's incoming.
Big Bat is here.
Big bat, then dragon. It's not even like a weird bat, it's kind of just a bat. It's just big.
Right, that's why I joke about it actually holding a tiny horse, because it just looks like a bat. Like, it doesn't look like a giant bat, it looks like a bat.
There's no scale birds.
Right. So this Oni Ronin here has +1/+1 from the Warcry from like 5 turns ago.
Yeah. That's one of the best features of Oni Ronin, by the way, because it comes down so early. The ones you draw later on are suddenly 6/5s.
Yeah. Not only is there the what's the name of it? The frog that gets owned if you target it. There's also like a wizard who makes a illusion dragon, and if the wizard dies, the dragon dies.
Huh. I actually haven't seen those yet. I'm gonna guess that they're like blue and yellow legends.
So the Frog Prince is a rare in Time and it's a Time and no, it's an uncommon in Time and Primal, and the other one's a legend.
I should probably start referring to them by their actual name. It's better to do that than calling them by the colors because their mechanics do not line up one-to-one with Magic.
For me, it's a difficulty to change over my terminology, but it's something I should work on, so I'm going to.
Yeah, so yellow's Time.
I
green.
probably will not stop calling it mana. So here's the False Prince. It's a 5/5 for 3. Overwhelm, and whenever it's targeted by a spell, transform him into a frog.
Oh, nice.
And then there is I'm gonna find this wizard.
I pumped up a frog once, so it was like a 9/9. It was great. I think I gave that frog a Shogun Scepter.
Where's my wizard? Oh, Magus of the Mist is a 5 costing 3/3 that makes a 6/6 flying illusionary dragon that dies if the Magus dies.
Nice. 5 mana for 9 power, 9 toughness, 6 of which a bolt are flying.
Yeah.
Okay, good. But he dies to an or whatever. The
Bolt.
asphyxiate? A bolt or
Torch.
that,
Yeah. Suffocate.
yeah.
Well, no,
Suffocate that.
he doesn't die to suffocate.
Oh, it's 3 power or less.
Isn't it 3 cost or less?
I'm pretty sure it's 3 power or less.
3 power or less. Holy crap! I was reading this as 3 cost because reading cards is not something I do.
Yeah, three power or less makes that a lot better because there's a lot of things with 3
Yeah.
power in this game.
I kept calling that smother when it's actually swat.
Yep.
Shit. Shit.
You corrected me on that relic weapon, and I got you for that.
Well, Wyndon, thank you. I don't read cards.
Yeah, that's why Suffocate is, like, super good, because 1 power kill, like, 1 mana kill, like, 75% of creatures in this game. Great.
Yeah, so this one is all going to be all about the Lethrai Ranger. All about it.
Yeah, that thing's getting huge.
If this minion dies, we are in hell. But if this minion lives...
Up against blue... Okay, Primal Shadow?
Yes.
Pretty good chances that it's dying. Like,
Well, it didn't die right away, so that's
still
good.
good.
I'm gonna give it some guns. Alright. We have a 5 power guns. Yeah, come on, I will never read cards. That's like the mistake I will make until the end of time.
But you'll only ever make that same mistake on one card each individual time.
Yes, the problem
So you
is...
make that mistake an unlimited number of times in card games, you will know every single card.
The problem is, there's a lot of cards. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I like get your guns on as a keyword as well.
Magic has something like 18,000 cards now, I think.
Oh my god.
Really has a lot of cards.
Yep.
Tundra Explorer is when you attack, if the top card of your deck is a spell, you draw it.
Yep. So, echo the next spell.
That's a card that exists in Magic. If it was just reveal the top card of your deck, if it's a spell, put that card in your hand.
So I want to draw a power next turn because we have the Steel Dragon in our hand. Oh, we drew the bats instead. So like that's a fair trade-off.
The bats are like a dragon.
They're literally a dragon. Just they drew a spell. Uh-oh. Because because their next spell has echo.
Oh man, I really hope it's not the bolt.
If it was Bolt, we would have just died. I'm gonna try and go for lethal.
Could work. Who knows?
Oh, my attempt to go for lethal saved one of my minions' lives.
It was a different kind of bolt.
Yes,
All right.
it was a different kind of bolt. Yeah, if it was static bolt, we would have just died because the bolt would have gone up to 4 damage and just been like, I deal 4 to your face. And it's like, that's pretty good. Mm-hmm. Oh, a 2/2 unblockable. Luckily, I have a 5/4, not unblockable, but put your guns on. I really love gun. Well, what's your mechanic? Gun. Oh.
Mechanic. The most powerful martial art of them all. Guns.
Did you get a chance to... Oh, man, one of the movies that Gnome streamed a long time ago was, like, The Way of the Iron Fist. And I love
Probably not.
I love referencing this one because The Way of the Iron Fist is a movie where the main character learns about the Way of the Iron Fist, which is to say, knives. Use a damn knife. Like, oh my god. Like, don't fight in a fist fight. Just use a knife. It's so much easier.
That's excellent. I love it.
So, like, the Iron Fist. And they keep calling it the Iron Fist throughout. And it's just like he pulls out a knife. It's so good. I'm gonna mulligan this.
Really? You have plays up to 3. You do have 3 mana.
I noticed, but I didn't like the plays I had way high.
Yeah. All right. Sure. This is a lot better hand anyway.
Right. I didn't like that. Like I had the dragon and like, oh boy. Uh-oh.
Oh yeah. This is the one. This is the red-green deck that's a lot more difficult.
So
More dangerous.
I'm going to use my sigil to break that, or to this favor to break the Aegis on that. So that next turn, if I need to, I can suffocate it.
Well, if you get the chance, it might just drop another longsword on.
Nope, they played a Stormcrow instead.
That's much better.
And a 1-mana 1/1 with no text.
I have seen... This is the deck that has the Oni Forgemaster in it.
Yes.
The one that draws cards and all that for all the weapons. And it can go off. Jeez, can it?
Yes. My hope is that we find... Oh, yes, another suffocate for this bird.
This impossibly huge bird.
Alright, well, I am going to wrath my opponent's board. And leave them with 1 card in hand.
Yeah.
We should be able to recover from this point.
Yeah, no, you're good. There's nothing in their deck from memory that, like, will stabilize them from 1 or 2 cards. It's a deck pretty much entirely based off of synergy on the cards that they do have.
Yep. So I'm going to eat Obsidian Golem.
Sounds good.
That reminds me of Master of the Flying Guillotine, because one of the tournament contestants is named Win Without a Knife. The trick is, however, that he uses knives.
That is an excellent... Nice. Nice. Good plan.
Nobody saw that coming. Like...
Who would dare break the rules of the tournament?
What the hell? Your name says wins without a knife. This is garbage. Alright, well, my opponent has made a 3/5 endurance charge, double damage to my face, so we're gonna hide behind a 5/5.
Stalwart Shield is a friend. It's not great for the amount of mana you put into it, but it's still good enough that if someone plays it, it's annoying.
God, I just love the idea of wins without a knife. And I don't think I've seen the first Master of the Flying Guillotine. We watched Master of the Flying Guillotine 2. Oh god, 4 Oni Ronin and foil Oni Ronin.
Whoa, 5 Oni Ronin is some shit.
Well then.
Jeez.
How did the card play out for you?
You see, the first one might be a 2/1, but his brothers are never a 2/1.
Yeah.
Kung Fu movies are wrecked.
I was sad we didn't actually finish watching Master of the Flying Guillotine 2, but it was really good from what we watched of it.
Oh, you can execute the 3/5. No, you can't. Never mind. This is not suffocate. Is not they're not going to attack.
Also, it can't ever be exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
It is quite impossible for me to actually ever take that action. I'm going to attack with my 5/5, though. I have enough board built up that I'm fine, like, forcing... Yeah, so they're actually going to trade off their Brigand by blocking with 2 1/1s. That's a hell of a trade. We got our 5/5 to trade with their biggest thing.
Nice.
Ah, Torch and other Warcry minions.
I should do a forge.
Guys, I'm glad you got to enjoy the power of Warcry. It's so good. Ooh, here we go. We got get our guns on this flyer.
Give that bat a gun. Hell yeah.
Oh no, this bat has. Oh no, they gave an axe to their. Whatever, that doesn't matter. That's fake. Up. Crush. Get him with the magma javelin.
Nice.
All right, 2 to go. That first half of your sentence is right. The second half is incorrect.
Yeah, Hearthstone's never gonna go away.
Like,
No, this is a weak hand.
I disagree heavily with like Hearthstone being dead or anything. Like, oh, dang it, Oni Ronin and no way to play it.
Ugh. Maybe a riot. Maybe you're gonna be on the draw. No, you're not. Okay.
Oh, well, we get it on 2?
It's still a fine play on 2.
I'm giving it a heavy axe. No, I'm not giving it a heavy axe. Not yet. Okay. Next turn, I am giving it both a heavy axe and a... Ooh, no, I'm giving it guns. Yeah, guns.
Hell yeah.
Put
Gun and knife. If you have a gun and knife, you are invincible.
Gun, knife. Gun, knife.
Gun, knife.
Yeah.
The handle's been down.
Oh, no. Removal. Oh, God.
How did we get owned by a torch?
No.
Piercing shot.
No.
Execute. Okay.
Execute.
Functionally a piercing shot in this.
Yeah, our current problem is our hand is 2 weapons, a uncastable card because it needs double red. Okay, there's the second red.
Yeah.
I am going to have to leave this 4/4 back to block. Just... Yep, we're gonna have to wait until we draw literally anything. I would actually like Plague right... Oh, no! Well...
Ooh, boy.
And here I am not playing things on it because I don't want to get 2 for 1, but at this point, like... We're all... Yeah, I couldn't avoid the second Magma Javelin. Alright, I think this is a loss right here.
Yeah, thankfully with Forge you get 2 losses.
Yeah. Oof. Well, there's the Plague, a little bit too late. I'm gonna wait on it, because I am greedy. I will die for my decision, but I will wait on it, because I am greedy.
That'll kill you.
Yeah, alright, let's do it.
Just straight up.
Alright, I'm dead.
Oh, we would have died regardless, because they would have played the Oni Ronin.
Yeah.
Not.
Well, I would have actually died on their turn, instead of on mine. Haha, I lived half a turn longer for my decision.
Fair dues.
Alright, let's get back up into the next game here. The Kiss of Death. Hey,
Kiss
look.
of Death is full of removal. I remember this. It's
Yeah.
the It's the AI card set that I find the hardest to fight.
Well, our hand is off color.
It's not good. We've had to mulligan every single hand. Pretty sure we've done it this before.
Yeah, I'm not... I can't, like, fight you on that one. Okay, we kind of want the, favor here to be able to kill something. I actually will hold it if, there's nothing for it to kill.
Yeah, fair. You have, mana to play anyways. Well.
Yeah. Alright, so the bat is going to be pretty important. We need that to not get murdered. The dragon also is very important. Oh no, the mark of shame.
Yep. Just playing -3 power on things.
Alright. If there's nothing else for me to... If I don't draw a land, or if there's nothing for me to hit with... Oh! Oh, dear. Oh, thank God. Alright. Ashara the Deadshot is one hell of a minion. I'm very glad to have top-decked a removal spell.
First strike, death touch base on a creature. That's common. They don't give to most creatures.
So I'm just gonna give this guy an axe and start going to town with it.
Yeah. Give this dog an axe.
Yeah. Oh God, their deck is literally just full of like extremely huge minions.
Yep. Big minions and removal. That's it.
Like, I can't beat a 6/6 flying lifelinker.
You can, but only if it's a dragon.
If it doesn't die. No, now it's an 8/8.
Okay, now you can't beat it.
Now, now that is not a winnable. Yeah.
Now we are deep in the pit.
Yeah, it's not like I'm racing. Yeah, like, I need to... Yeah, I don't have time, because next turn, if I drew my dragon, I could play it, but it would be a chump block.
Yeah, we would need to have 8... Not an 8. 8, 9 mana for it to be not a chump block.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, all of their creatures, I'm pretty sure, have either Death Touch or Light. So they're also very hard to burn down.
Well, the big thing, honestly, everything was here. It was fine up until that 6/6 flying lifelinker. Yikes. Well,
Yep.
That's fine. We made it to 5 wins.
Getting even 1 gold chest makes it pretty much worth it, I want to say.
Right. Hey, another Centaur raid leader.
Solid card.
And our pack.
Gold chests always give packs unless they upgrade to diamond chests, in which case they always give, I think, 2 packs.
Ooh.
Or is it a foil? No, I think it's
it's
a foil card pack. And
I'm happy
Fearless Nomad.
I'm
You're happy to.
I was gonna say, I don't actually know if I play this in my deck.
I wouldn't. It doesn't Warcry.
Right.
It doesn't Warcry and is not like an enormously powerful minion on its face. It's just a 1-mana.
Right, right.
I mean, in your deck, if it works right, your Oni Ronins are probably going to be 4/3s anyway, so that's better.
Alright. We are jumping right back into the Forge.
Hell yeah.
Oh. Well, Sapphire the Dragon is a 6/4 flying trample. Or flying overwhelm.
It's pretty solid.
I like evasion.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of evasion. Assembly line's actually quite good.
Yep.
We've seen, like, it can, it's like a 3/3 spread out. And Soul Collector, I think, is pretty good too, though really, like, weak on the start.
Yeah, Soul Collector is kind of a build around me card, which makes it worse in Ford.
Yeah. Ooh. Now, if I pick up Stone Scar Magus, that puts me in Shadow and Primal.
But would you want to pick up, like, Flash Freeze is not really a particularly great card as saving time versus the Magus, which is a pretty solid card.
Right.
And Decay is not great.
I like Decay. I'm fine having a copy of that in my deck. There's some really bullshit things for that to hit.
Sure, yeah.
But,
It's... I feel like, though...
Stone Scar is the stronger card.
In general, yeah.
I have a much higher opinion of Flash Freeze than literally every other person who's ever been with me on here. Like, I love Frost Breath. I still think it's a weaker card than Stone Scar Magus in the abstract, but I think I am going to pick the Stone Scar Magus. Alright. Ooh, Serpent Trainer. I love Serpent Trainer. Curve be damned, flying is how you win.
Oh, yeah, Serpent Trainer. Now I
Yeah.
and also see it.
Execute versus Beetle versus Draw 2. I'm on the removal. I'm gonna pick the same card again. I asked myself what cards I want to pick up for constructed and then force those colors just to get on color rares. That's fair. That is a plan. I'm going for, like, trying to build a deck, though. I don't have any real big plans for constructed at the mo. Oh, Suffocate. Oh, hold on. I've never seen this card before. Wild Cloud Snake.
Wild Cloud Snake, that... Yeah, that gets bigger every time you play a flying creature.
Yeah?
And, I mean, you got flying things. If you want to start picking up all flying...
Right. The problem is that Suffocate's extremely powerful removal, and I should probably pick it.
Yeah.
I just have never seen this card, and, like, this is, like, the most Kaz card I've seen in a while.
I mean, sure, if you want to try it.
No, I'm going with the Suffocate. I'll leave that to another time. Another person. Dark Wisp versus Feln Stranger versus Daze, which isn't very good. We might get sack outlets for Dark Wisp.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to pick it over that Stranger anyway.
Yeah. I think here I'm a lot more likely to pick up the Flash Freeze.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds good.
I don't really care for Scheme as much. Ooh! Yeah, Annihilate. Yeah. This is such a good spell. What if we just have a bunch of good removal?
That's a solid plan. Annihilate is, what's that destroy target monocolor?
Ultimate Price.
Yeah, it's basically ultimate price.
Yeah.
It's worth noting if we see the if it's a spell, pick it up card again, because we have a ton of spells in our deck.
Yes, that was we're at 5 right now.
Out of 10 picks total, so half of our deck is spells.
Yeah. I'm gonna pick the Frostkin. I like this card. I like Stun. I like 3/3 Body actually holds the ground well.
Yeah, it holds it up well enough.
Do I want a second copy? Versus Scheme and Alchemical Blast, probably.
Yeah.
Ooh, another copy of Sapphire Dragon.
Big flyers.
Won't you have problems killing the opponent? No, that's what the Sapphire Dragons are for. Sorry, Twilight Raptor. I really like you, but I want the big flyer.
Big flyer over little flyers.
Yeah. I think I am willing to pick Yeti Snow Slinger over... Well, actually, these are like decent like filter cards. Wisdom of the
I
Elders.
like to have in the couple of forges I played. One of them was a blue, I think yellow thing,
Yep.
Primal Time, and having at least one Wisdom of the Elders is pretty solid.
Okay.
That's my own opinion on that.
Yeah, our curve is looking really high right now, which is why I like the Yeti.
That's also true, though. If you're gonna pick for curve, then the Yeti is much better choice.
Well, another Yeti versus Alchemical Blast and Flash Freeze, which one's a 3-mana shock and one is a card we already have, so... I think I'm fine picking up more snowballs.
Yeah, sounds good.
How good is one copy of Static Bolt?
It's still two
Sorcery
mana.
Speed Shock.
It's at least always 2 damage.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the rest of the cards here, and like...
Rapid Shot's best on the attack, but we have evasive creatures mainly, which makes it slightly less as good.
Right. And I'd rather just have like the removal to get their things out of the way.
Yeah.
But maybe it's better than this sort of stuff because like Static Bolt is only going to be shock at the moment, and Second
Rapid
Sight.
Shot is more secret damage.
Yeah, let's go that way. Ooh, I could pick the Wild Cloud Snake
Hell yeah.
over a Twilight Raptor. Now let's do it.
Sure, yeah, we'll get a third Twilight Raptor.
Okay, now I'm picking a Static Bolt. Damn it. Ah well. Lightning Strike versus Wisdom. Lightning Strike's really good.
Yeah. Just kind of flat.
Yeah. How good is Trickster's Cloak with what we have? I think pretty good. I don't think Xenon Destroyer has much to go with in here.
Not really. Trickster's Cloak works best with like the Snow Slinger, I guess, because it's
Yeah.
you know,
Otherwise, I could just pick up the Eastwind Herald.
I want to say the Cloak is still better than that.
Yeah, because even if I, like, +1/+1 the Wild Cloud Snake, I could have +2/+2'd it with the Cloak.
Yeah.
Ooh, the Vulture. That's a flyer. Yeah. I guess we get another Flash Freeze. Ugh. That's a card I like to have exactly one of. I don't think the deadly Dagger is worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We could have had
you are
4
correct.
of those.
You are correct, Arbolt. Trickster's Cloak is secret damage. The term secret damage is basically, like, usually when you're counting lethal, you count, like, what your opponent has visible. Secret damage is when there's the invisible damage you didn't know about. The giant growth in their hand. The Trickster's Cloak, which means, like, my biggest unit on board becomes unblockable and gets in for +2. So. Ooh. Well. Another Impending Doom.
Impending Doom. I think Impending Doom is a better card than Mistveiled Drake.
Well, I'm thinking,
Personally.
like, that's a card I can build decks around, too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you mean, like, also you want to just pick it so you can have it.
Yes. Also, it's a 5/5 flyer.
It's a 5/5 flyer in a deck with flying synergy, and you also want it.
Yes.
So